How to turn your normal home into a smart home Part 1.
Yo guys, so my last two smart home videos on my coffee machine and my blinds blew up pretty big time. Thanks for that. Thanks for all the questions. I want to start answering y'all's questions on how it all works, but to do that, we need to first get a foundation and understand how smart homes work and how you can set one up yourself. Once you have that, it'll all be a breeze understanding the rest of it. It's going to be a little bit boring and a little bit nerdy, but try to make it to the end of the video so we can get to the fun stuff. Let's go. All right, so we got the three main components of a smart home system here: the devices, the software / environment you run them in, and then you have the speakers and hubs. Start with the devices. So devices are the actual things in your smart homes doing things. That's your lights, your switches, your thermostats, your sensors, all of that stuff. However, the downside of using all of these standalone is they all have separate apps, and to interface them all separately, jumping app between apps just isn't efficient and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't solve the problem smart homes are trying to solve. To do that, we have smart home environments. Let's go check those out. A smart home environment is an app or piece of software where all of your devices can connect to if they're compatible, and you control them all as well as do automations all in one place. I'm using Apple HomeKit here, which is my preference, but the other two popular ones are Amazon Alexa and Google Home. We'll go over more into those in a second. So a smart home hub and speaker are actually two different devices, but they're almost always combined into one. The smart home hub is a device that connects to your Wi-Fi, and then all of the smart home devices connect directly to the hub opposed to your phone. This lets you do a few different things. It increases compatibility, but more importantly, it lets you control your smart home when you're not home and your phone isn't connected to those devices. Secondarily, these things act like speakers. They'll do things like play music, but more importantly, allow you to talk to your smart home without having to pick up your phone and do it through your phone. Let's go over all the different smart environments and speakers that are out there. All right, we'll start with Apple HomeKit. Apple HomeKit's fantastic because it ships with Apple devices and it's fully compatible with Siri and all the other Apple devices you already have. The downside to Apple HomeKit is it has the least compatible smart devices of all of these options here. That being said, there are ways to hack it, and that's what a lot of my TikTok is going to be focused around. If you have Apple Music and you have multiple Apple devices and you're willing to put the work in, Apple HomeKit is by far the best and most seamless smart home solution in my opinion. Amazon Alexa works on the other side of the spectrum, where Amazon Alexa is the lowest barrier to entry, really easy to work with, and it has the most compatible devices out there. The only problem is it's not natively integrated with any OS or system. Not a big deal. If you're just getting started and you don't have any devices that you're tied to, start with Amazon Alexa. Their stuff is cheap, works great, and it's really easy to get onboarded too. Huge community behind them as well. Google Assistant lives somewhere in the middle. They have really, really good voice assistants and a bunch of device compatibility. They work well with Android. They're kind of in the middle ground. To summarize, if you have Apple devices and are willing to put in the work, go with HomeKit. If you're just getting started and you want easy and cheap, go with Alexa. If you want something in the middle and you have Android, try out Google Assistant. So that's the basics. Like I said, I'm going to be mostly focusing on HomeKit because that's what I use, that's what I like. But now you should actually have a better idea of what the hell I'm talking about when you're watching my videos. Stay tuned for more cool smart home stuff, and I'll see you later.